Who in your family is depressed?
My husband of 7 years is depressed.
Did you know he was depressed before you guys got married?
I, I did, but it was over here. I think he was a musician, and so he had kind of what I thought was an artistic temperament.
Laura, how about you? Who in your family has suffered with depression?
My mother. Especially when I was growing up, I think I at least was more affected by it. She would never have said she was depressed. No. There was nothing wrong. She was just tired. Always tired.
My husband, he would hole up for 2, 3, 4 days, and I wouldn't hear from him. He wouldn't return phone calls, and he'd say, I just need some decompression time.
Maureen, how about you? Who's depressed in your life?
My son, who is now 30, has struggled most of his life since he was about 7, actually, with depression, and I think he's just now coming out of it.
Tell me about how he went through adolescence.
He spent as much of it hid out as possible in his room, withdrawn.
I'm sure he didn't know that he was depressed.
Right.
Until I kind of held up the mirror and said, you're not present. And I was pregnant at the time too, and I thought, my fear is I need this man to be whole and healthy and available when these kids come. The whole idea of moving into parenthood, and I think that pushed him over the edge.
The not being present is a thread that runs through all of our lives. Your husband, my son, your mother, and I think that it's a sign of depression, and it's something that it's very easy for someone, if you're not familiar with that sign, to miss.
What would you want people to know about depression and what it looks like?
Depression, to me, could be characterized by one word: hopelessness. And her world was hopeless.
It looks like a dark spiral, and you just can't talk your way out of it. I think my husband felt like he couldn't reach up to talk at all out of this spiral.